my student to briefly explain what she's learned about how a circuit works. Go ahead.
Okay, so what are circuits? Circuits are, well, circuits. They let electrons flow between things, and circuits are pretty much in our everyday life. They're in our lights or in our microwaves or anything that basically has some electricity. Now, we're going to start by making a circuit here. One battery, one light bulb. It's a really basic circuit. Oh yeah, and there's wire connecting it, otherwise it won't work. As we can tell. It doesn't work, whoa. So now, we have a glowing light bulb. It's amazing. But what would happen if we added more? Let's try, people. Get ready for an epicest batteristy fest. Nemo. Let's add loads of those. Okay. So, as you can see, I am adding a lot of batteries. And look how bright the light bulb glows. Now, I know that sometimes you might say, but what happens if there's too much energy? And this is what happens. It short circuits. The circuit literally burns up because the energy cannot get transferred to anything. It's just going in a really powerful loop. And with all our batteries here, it has a lot of power. So, another thing is, as you can see, when I talked about lamps, what do we all think a lamp is? It's something that you can turn on and off. So what lets us do that? A switch, of course. So we're making our switch here. Now I've put the switch in and I've connected it. It looks like a full circuit, doesn't it? But no, this is because the switch is not down. The switch is basically like the wire. It has a rubber outside, or maybe it doesn't, and a metal or some type of conductor, I will get to that later, inside. So we flick the switch down and the circuit is complete. Now, let's see if, as I told you, I would explain about conductors. So, let's go find some. We're going to find a paperclip. So, does it work? Yes, it does. This is because a paperclip is a conductor, which is something that lets electricity pass through it. But what is the opposite of a conductor? Why, that's an insulator, of course. This eraser is an insulator, and I bet you can guess what will happen when I put it down. What happens? The light bulb does not glow. This is a full circuit, but the light bulb does not glow because the rubber is an insulator, so it's not letting the electrons pass through it. Okay, thank you. Also, wait, another thing is a resistor. This is sort of like an insulator, except as you can hear it in its name, it doesn't work as well as an insulator because although it resists, some electrons can pass through. What you can also do as a resistor is increase the wire resistivity, meaning when I increase it lots, you can see that the wire is now resisting it. So sort of turning into a little insulator, I guess. Or a resistor, basically. A circuit made out of resistors and wires. But when I decrease it, so the wire is slightly more conductor, it gets brighter. Dimmer, brighter. And thank you, that is all for today's lesson. Actually, no, wait, one more thing. So, as I'm talking about wire resistivity, as I told you, this makes a short circuit. But if you increase the wire resistivity, it doesn't, as you can see. So it's about only when the wire has no resistivity that it has a short circuit. And that actually is all for today. Thank you, goodbye.